Hi, I'm Emily Anderson. I am here with Nerdlocker today, and we are interviewing Irene Bedard, who is best known as the voice of Pocahontas. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
So I know that you were obviously the voice of Pocahontas, but you actually have something unique to your character. You were also the physical model for Pocahontas. What was that experience like?
Well, basically, what they did was they filmed my recording sessions, and I think they actually even used film, just so they could use it as expression references and little things that I do that they caught in such an amazing way. And I think that if you think about like Finding Dory, they caught her expressions and her mannerisms in a fish. So basically, they use it more as expression references for whatever it is, whatever scenes we're working on.
So how much of yourself do you see in Pocahontas when you watch it back?
Well, we had the premiere in Central Park. It's the world's largest premiere ever in the history of filmmaking.
Wow.
110,000 people, and as a surprise, they brought my two little brothers in from Alaska, and so I got to sit next to them, and they kept like nudging me, saying like, "I've seen that face," especially the Windsor.
That's amazing. So I know that since Pocahontas, you have done a lot of films, particularly to advance the storytelling of Native Americans. How far do you think we've come, and how far do you think we still have to go?
Well, I still think so a lot of people don't understand that we have 567 federally recognized tribes, all have different languages, songs, stories, regalia, traditions, ceremonies, and languages, and so there's still so much untapped that we can, and so many amazing stories and so many amazing things that Native people do today, and that we are not stuffed with marble eyes in a museum. So I still think there's a whole lot of work as far as like shining a light on some of the issues that face Native people. I just finished a film, or we just had the premiere of a film called Bygone, which is about the murdered and missing Indigenous women and human sex trafficking, and then I just have another film in the can that's about Standing Rock and what happened there in Standing Rock, and kind of the values that stands for. I made a mission and vision statement for myself of healing through the power and art of storytelling, and that could mean whether it's on theater or I do speak on behalf of a Native American organization at the White House and at the United Nations, and who was asked to be special consul for the Cities of Peace. So there's so many issues that still face Native people today. I think one of the main things, though, is that we're not included in the fabric of society. There have been some projects that I have worked on where it wasn't written into the story that she was Native American, but I don't stop being Native.
Right.
So I actually like to add it back in, because I think that there are, at every opportunity to kind of take that and shine light on who we are as people today, and our own stories and our own histories and her stories.
Yeah, and I know that the story of Pocahontas has they've talked about the inaccuracies of the historical portrayal and that sort of thing. Pocahontas is one of the few Disney princesses that actually is based on a historical, real person, and I think you did a great job of bringing her so much strength and dignity. Can you talk about the difference in the historical accuracy, but also what you bring to the portrayal?
Well, definitely the true story of Pocahontas is much darker, much more dark. She was kidnapped, she was raped, possibly poisoned in England, used as a pawn, and she was very beloved by her father. Her mother passed away probably at birth, maybe. So she's actually named after her mother. He was her favorite wife, his favorite child, and so she kind of had a special place in his heart. And he was a leader of a confederacy of tribes that went all the way along the eastern seaboard, all the way up to Nova Scotia and down to Florida.
Wow.
So really the first historical kind of confederacy. And a lot of that isn't portrayed in the film because, the story is something that I think was really, the focus was on the peace of Pocahontas. And whether or not that part of the story is that she threw herself upon him to stop a war from happening, that was what they wanted to focus the film on, to shine a light on the greed that occurred, on the fact that no matter where we are today, Indigenous people are at the forefront of our environment and caring for the environment. I believe that so much of that beauty was portrayed and was shown, and what it also did was any form of communication is good. What happened were a lot of teachers got mad and said this is not historically accurate, and they went and learned the true story, and they taught that in schools. So.
Well, and she's a really strong princess figure too, as compared to some of the others.
She's not waiting for her prince to come and save her.
That's right, yeah. Well, thank you so much for talking with us. It was so nice to meet you, and all the best to you. Thank you so much. This is Emily Anderson and Irene Bedard for Nerdlocker.